Hey guys. Yeah, sorry I'm a little late. Just a little bit, not like 30 minutes late, like just a tad bit late. Um, Historian Rio, give me like 5 minutes. But yeah, I at least wanted to go live and you let everyone know I'm here. Okay. Alright, a couple more people in here. Yeah, happy later New Year, I guess. It's still January 1st. Oh, hey Jack, how you doing? Ethermelt. Are you going to continue your East journey this year? I'm going to try. Final Fantasy 14 is next. Yeah, I'm going to try and do some more streaming this year. I don't know when, but yeah, yeah. Weapons, your worry is it won't be necessary. I'm rushing to get my video out on my alt account before Horizon. What video is it? Is it something I can watch or is it full of spoilers? But yeah, we're back with East versus Trails in the Sky. I was gonna do some online matches, but you know, kind of like last time, if nobody either doesn't have the game or doesn't really want to like show up and play, it's fine. I can do arcade mode until someone wants to play. That's also fine. You had to start over, Historian. Did you lose your account or something? Bradley Head 7113. Hello, I'm new. I saw your Trails and Netcha videos and thought they were really good. Oh, well thanks. And welcome to the stream. I'll try an online match with you. Alright, I'll hop in the lobby in a second. Full spoiler, Daybreak 1 and 2 audiobook recap. Okay. Doing good, bro. Hope you're doing well, too. I'm alright. I lost my account, so currently I'm in Heavensward. Well, if you've already experienced the story, I mean, you could... I mean, unless you want to see parts of the story again, I guess you could just skip. There are 6 players in the game right now, with an all-time peak of 131 3 months ago. Damn. No lobby, no password. We can do max 4, but... I'll do max 2 unless like a third person hops in. Yeah, no problem. I'll watch Trails of Cold Steel 2 once I finish the game. I just beat Cold Steel 1. Cool. I'm mostly trying to level up classes I never did before. That makes sense. Yeah. I kind of gave up in Final Fantasy XIV on trying to keep every class, you know, leveled to the same level or whatever. At this point, I'm just leveling the classes that I'm playing through the story with. I'll worry about the others later. Not going to spoil, but that ending. Yeah, Cold Steel 1 is kind of a backloaded Trails game. I guess this is you, Ether Melt? Cryo Hegemony? Alright, so let's go. Oh shit, he has a level 86 Tita. I'm pretty sure... Oh, well, my Estelle's pretty close to it, actually. But yeah, pick who you want. I probably have... Yeah, okay, I figured it was you, Ether Melt. Just pick who you want. I'll see if I can pick someone of a similar level. My Estelle is in the 80s, my Adol is in the 30s, Geist is in the 30s. Ren is level 22, Chloe's 14, and everyone else is like single-digit level.
Can I really do this?
I personally think it's overhated. I'm on Cold Steel 4 right now, and so far,
It's a bat. Nice to meet you.
Cold Steel 1 isn't my, it's a good game, but it probably might be my least favorite Trails game, for the simple fact that I've liked every other game more than it. I just think it's one of those Trails games that just kind of did everything, but kind of in a somewhat so-so manner compared to the others. That could change. I just realized you're ranged. This could be a bitch. I forgot I can block. I've been forged in the fires of arcade mode. Geist and Joshua trained me for this moment. Oh. Not that moment, the other one. Oh, by the way, I gotta go to work tomorrow, so this stream is not gonna be as long as the previous day. I'm probably gonna try and aim for like 2 hours, and then after that, you know, I'll call it there. I can't stay up late like I did last night. Yep, figured he'd run in the other direction. Oh, petrified again. Oh well. GG. It's solid overall. I think I liked it a lot more than I thought I would because I hear Cold Steel bashing is pretty common. Not as common as Sky the Third, but still. Well, to be fair, it's more so Cold Steel 1 specifically. 2, 3, and so far 4 have been fine for me. The plot was a really slow start. To be fair, they all kind of have a slow start. I mean, the only one that maybe didn't was, I'd argue, possibly, so far, maybe Azure. After this match, I want to go into the shop and see if there's other stages that maybe I should have bought and didn't. Hey, Super Spriggan. Oh, Cold Steel 1 bashing. Yeah, I do think some people, Oh, thanks for becoming an Angus beef. Yeah, really appreciate it. I heard the Sarah noise and I was like, wait, what the fuck? Sarah's in this game? And I was like, oh no, I have that set as the notification sound. Yeah, thanks for becoming a member, dude. Oh, he's just grabbing all the chests. Okay. Missed. Oh. Oh! Yeah. That was a death sentence. Yeah, no problem. Honestly, you should make a Discord server. I understand if you don't want to, but it'd be really cool to have a community is all. I'll think about it. Alright, yeah, 1 second. I want to go look in the shop right quick. I'll open up the lobby in a second.
Welcome to Luna's shop.
Because I can... Yeah, these are stages, right?
Is this a thank you? Thank you. Thank you.
Or are
Is
these...
this okay? Thank you. Is this thank you? Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Is this thank you? Thank you.
I think these are stages, but I could be wrong. Just in case they are, I guess I'll look back and see.
I'll be awaiting your next visit.
Almost certainly were. Okay, sorry for the interruption. Those are the only 2 characters I leveled? Okay, that's fine. Never got the hate for Cold Steel 1 specifically. Like, if you don't like Cold Steel as a whole, that's one thing, but just hating Cold Steel 1 on its own. Your call in the end, no pressure. It's fine. Several people have actually asked me that, though. It's just something I'll think about it. Do I have anyone who's still level 1? No, Olivier, ironically. Well, I got Agate. Actually, I haven't used Dogi yet, so I might use him. Okay, it looks like it does unlock new stages.
All right, let's get into it. Let us discuss beauty in all its forms. Ready?
Yeah, I'm not sure why people hate Cold Steel specifically. I will say, a valid criticism of Cold Steel is maybe the character bloat. Like, there is a lot of characters in Cold Steel compared to you know, Sky and especially Crossbell, so that I can understand, but, you know. People say, like, oh, Cold Steel is too anime, and, yeah, I'm like, okay, the whole series is kind of like that, though. Cold Steel might have dialed up certain tropes, but, I mean, outside of that, like, it's still very much Trails. They didn't change that much. Oh. Well. Missed. Dogi gets his back blown out by Olivier. 2010 colorized. Hi, Nox Zone. I got an Adol near 80, Geist in the 40s, and Estelle is 15 if you're down for the 1v1v1 in that room. Okay. I'm gonna have to go out and in and make another one. I guess I'll hit enter when 3 people join. Yeah, I'd honestly give it an A because the characters and combat are really improved. Sure, some bosses can be easily manipulated, but it's a good game overall. There's a reason there is 4 games in Cold Steel specifically. It looks like Calvert is fixing to be at least 4 games as well, which I guess is kind of fitting because Erebony and Calvert are the 2 biggest countries, you know, on the continent. Hello, Nox Zone. Dogi Loki sucks. He's so hard to use. Yeah, he's real OP when you're fighting against him, but
All right, let's go. I'll show you the strength of a fighter.
he's real OP when you're fighting against him, but he is hard to use. Yeah. I feel like the bloated cast with Class 7 would be as bad as if everyone had more of a chance to shine and it wasn't so focused on Reen. Yeah, I have more thoughts on that, but I'll kind of save it for, I guess, the reviews. But yeah, I definitely... It does seem a bit, you know, Reen-centric, and like a good half of them do kind of get neglected, it feels like. Oh, time to resist knockback. Because I know y'all gonna be knocking me around the room. Oh. Well. Petrify and heavy. Pick a struggle. I caught Tita. Ain't catching me with that. Oh. Ether melt fell. And I'm next. GG. That one goes to you, what was your name? Oh, Caleb. Cold Steel 1 is hated for a lot of unfair reasons. In my opinion, its pacing is slow at the start and has tons of... It needs to establish setup. It's far from the best Trails game, but for part 1 of 4, it's okay. I guess so, yeah. Yeah, both of these are level 3. I don't think I've used any Shara on stream yet.
The winds whisper. Nothing to worry about.
The what? The worms?
It seems it's my turn.
I'll hold nothing back.
The hunt begins. Ready? Fight!
Wow. I was 2 levels ahead of y'all, to be fair.
Duty to deliver.
I'll be honest, the leveling system kind of does fuck with the online multiplayer, because it means, like... I don't know. A couple levels does make a big difference.
I'll show you the strength of a
Walls won't
bracer.
stand a chance.
Yeah, I wonder... Oh, you can set the levels? Okay, hold on. Alright, well. Alright, after this, I'll set the levels then. Thank you for telling me that.
I'll hold nothing back.
Yeah, I wonder if they're going to make another arc after Calvard. I figure they probably will, because I can't really see Calvard being the conclusion. Because we've still... We haven't been to what? We haven't been to Remetheria. I don't know if they plan to make an arc about, like, the East, or like, Northumbria, you know. I guess that depends on how Cold Steel goes, but, you know. And that's not to say anything about any continents that, like, besides Zemuria. So there's... And Arteria as well. So... You know. They still got a lot to do, honestly, when you think about it, in terms of... Oh, that hit absolutely no one. Well, have fun, you two. I'll catch up on chat. It's weird because characters like Eustace and Fee get fed well in every game, but Laura, Elliot, and Gaius exist only for the sword, music, wind bond events. Yeah. Well, to be fair, there was also the little twist with Gaius as well, that I won't spoil, but yeah. One thing I admittedly have a gripe with in Cold Steel is the plot is a bit convoluted, like when they're explaining the Great Twilight near the end of Cold Steel 3, I legit could not keep up anymore. Yeah, it feels weird, especially since Cold Steel 3 is so long, so you'd think, like, I don't know. It's like they saved that for the end of the game, but it's like, you know, if they had spread it a little more evenly across the game, you know, especially for it being so long. And I hear Cold Steel 4 is longer. I guess that's a solid complaint, but I still love the game. I hope Cold Steel 2 is going to be peak Trails. Well, I like 2 more than 1, so I figure you're going to like it just fine. But yeah, Cold Steel 1 is still a good game. I'm not saying it's a bad game. The current plan is for like 3 to 4 games after Calvard, but Condo Lies are famous, so it could be 10 more games. Oh, you know, believe in Condo Lies. Believe in Condo Lies. Hey, GG. I guess that was for the last match. It doesn't help that old Class 7 gets thrown to the side in the second half. The new Class 7, like Laura, Eustace, Gaius, and Elisa had way more potential. Yeah, that's another thing, yeah. Old Class 7, with how big the Cold Steel party was, you know, Old Class 7 got kind of, you know, put on the sort of back burner a lot, you know, way too early. This series will last longer than One Piece at this rate. Did y'all see, like, that news? I haven't seen a lot of One Piece. I've seen a few episodes with my brother, but, like, did you see the news that, like, apparently, like, One Piece is, like, 1,000 episodes and some change, and they're basically saying, okay, that's Season 1, now we're gonna start Season 2? Did y'all see that? Imagine telling someone, oh yeah, watch One Piece, it's only 1 season. Can you guys try not to spoil too much about these games? I'm still on Cold Steel 2, sorry for being unreasonable. It's just that I don't like that spoiled. Yeah, okay, yeah, let's chill with the spoilers. Alright, be careful. Let's be careful. Oh, how do I set the level? I guess I gotta go back out. Or maybe not, I don't know, I'll figure something out. That was a scramble, yeah. Mishera is actually one of the most OP characters in this game. Blind Gaius can't be stopped. Yeah, sorry, we'll try and remember. Is this a campaign? This is, no, I'm in multiplayer. The 2 most commonly suggested locations for a final arc are Arteria/Free States or the Far East. I think Arteria makes the most sense as like a, final arc, considering that's where all the Septon Church is and stuff. But I definitely wouldn't mind a Far East arc as well. Or even several arcs in the Far East if they need to. It's fine, I'm not mad, just trying to be cautious as YouTube recommendations have spoiled things for me already. Cold Steel 4 is the longest game in the series so far. God damn. And, okay, the one I'm on, alright, sure. Hope that's not spoiling too much. In terms of script size, it's slightly bigger than Zero and Azure combined. Yeah, GG, Ether Melts, and Caleb. After selecting the stage, there's a select level option. Okay, cool. I definitely think we'll get an Arteria arc, where you're like a Dominion. I think we'll explore the East at some point, and maybe Elysium? Whatever that is. Alright, fine by me. Everybody pick who you want. I, wish I had Chester, Louvet, and Lloyd unlocked, but, you know, it is what it is.
Just leave it to me. Welcome to my secret tea party.
Oh, no. Hold on. Oh, there it is. Level. Yeah, let's... we'll all be level 99. We're all level 99 now.
Play with me. How did it come to
Let's
this?
see just how strong you are. Ready?
I can't wait to see how big the roster gets for whatever the final Trails game is. They'll probably... I guess they'll have to... With how much they've done, and that's excluding what they plan to do in, you know, with the Calvard games. Wow. This is quite the double team if I've ever seen one. Vietnam flashbacks to last night. Humbling. Humbled. Just hide behind the crate till it's all over. Oh. Hide behind the crate till it's all over. Oh, well, that's the end of me.
You lose.
As I was saying, I think when they're ready to conclude Trails, like, the finale might have to be its own arc instead of its own game, is what I'm saying. It's gonna be like Attack on Titan. It's gonna be like Trails, the final arc, the final part of the final arc of the finale of the final arc of the final arc. Fuck it, I'll use Geist this time.
I'll try my best.
Just had to get me involved, huh? There's no way I'm backing down.
I'll try.
You wanna fight me? Ready?
I can't wait to see how big the roster gets for whatever the final Trails game is. Yeah, it's gonna be massive. And it's probably gonna take 1 billion years to finish it. Hold on, where the fuck did Tita go? I was about to say. I'm getting real comfortable over there. Oh. Well, glad I'm not over there for that. Actually, I probably should not walk towards them, considering... Oh, ended up all the way down here. Glad I'm not over there to experience that. Oh, I still got hit. They were right on top of me. So much of that fight was just me trying to catch up to y'all. There we go.
You win! My seal arts. Yeah, maybe see if...
Oh, Dash Eating Rings 4. But the final cutscene of the last mainline Trails game will be 4 hours long with save points throughout, explaining the fates of every major character. I'm totally down for some smaller arcs in some of the smaller states. One second, I'm going to catch up with chat. Even if a few are just a one-game arc, the final game roster is going to be weird. I can't imagine every character will be playable, but I could at least see a greatest hits compilation from each arc. Estelle finally achieved her dreams of becoming a cop. I like how Horizon has the 4 most popular Cold Steel characters in it while the rest stayed home. Poor Elisa. Like, doesn't Trails Nayuta basically account for Rematheria? I didn't know it took place in Rematheria. Hell, I didn't even know it was canon. Nayuta is still non-canon as far as... Oh, okay. Well, there it is. I think for the finale, it'll have to be everyone. I think the final boss of the series will have phases fought in reverse order of the main characters. Till Kondo says otherwise. Estelle scoring the final blow. No, it's a JRPG. They're gonna put together their powers of friendship, and then they're all gonna do like a frickin' let's say by that point they have 7 protagonists, excluding Kevin and C. They do like a 7-way combo craft or whatever. I don't know. They got to put some power of friendship in there because it's a JRPG. I think everyone will be present in some capacity, but making them all playable sounds crazy. Well, maybe it'll be just like the other games where they just let you pick and choose like who goes in, and I mean, they'd still have to make up dialogue options for everyone, but you know. In my head, I imagine the roster for the final Trails game would be something like those fan-made Smash character select screens with unreasonably big rosters. I don't want a backseat, but some tips are that you can hold the attack button to use a charge attack. That's the main way to get SP in this game, and you can mash to get out of stun, petrify, or freeze. I did not know that, thank you for telling me. Imagine they have major character deaths too. I want like a... Forget about like arcs in other countries. What about an arc that takes place in Hell? And I'm not gonna spoil it because like Bradley said he's only on Cold Steel 2. But like an arc that takes place in Hell, and like it's sort of like an intermission, like it features like all the characters that have died so far and ended up down there. Yeah, there's something I'd like to say about arc length, but we're avoiding spoilers here, so I'll mention it in a comment maybe. Which is longer, to finish One Piece or the Trail series? Someone tell me right quick, how many episodes does One Piece have? I'll try. I'll do the math, or I'll try to. Kondo will hype up a major character death in the final game. Come to find out, it's just Gilbert or Anton or something. I know it's a long way off, but are there any other Falcom games you have your eye on eventually besides Trails and Ys? Yes, I bought Tokyo Xanadu back in... Tokyo Xanadu was literally the first Falcom game I ever bought. I bought that like a long time ago. So I'll probably play that one day. Does Falcom make anything besides Trails, Ys, and Tokyo Xanadu, now that I think about it? I guess there's the other Xanadu games. You talk like Anton's death would be insignificant. Anton will be seconds away from getting laid when the blade pierces his chest. It would be the most heartbreaking scene in video game history. The greatest tragedy. No, the greatest tragedy would be seeing Lloyd running into a wall and not, like, jumping over it or something. Like, he just smacks face first into the wall. We've been with the guy since 2004. Shoot, the knockback resist, the follow-up ults, the pain. Maybe he'd sacrifice himself for his love. Imagine Gilbert is the one to stop the final villain in the series, that'd be peak. Come to find out, Anton's actually the main protagonist in the final game. Also, my prediction for who's the final boss doesn't include any spoilers past Sky, don't worry, will be Orpheus. Why... What if the final villain is Adios or something? That's what I'm wondering too, like... Considering it's, I don't know, considering it's a JRPG, the church does play suspiciously nice, I will say. I'm just waiting for some plot twist where, like, either Adios isn't real, or she is real, but, like, she's a bitch or something, and we gotta put her down. I just can't prove it yet. The final blow won't be friendship, everyone but one character will be playable, and right before fighting the final boss, the missing character will hit us with a "that won't be necessary" and win. If Falcom ever makes a sequel to Ys vs. Trails, they should do it after Trails ends so they can include all the characters, and it shouldn't be just Ys and Trails, it should be Falcom All-Star. That actually sounds like a really good idea. Don't threaten me with a good time. 1,155 episodes, which is 375 hours of One Piece versus Trails. God damn, Trails is longer than One Piece, what the fuck? Let me pin that, actually. Can I pin in here? Oh, come on. I hate you, Streamlabs. One sec, guys. There. We'll never have to math the math ever again. Yeah, okay, counting filler. It's still longer than Trails is still longer. Including Siegfried, Pipero, Pockle, Perrin, Nayuta, Jurio, Chris, Avon, Millie, etc. Okay, I only recognized a couple of those names. People have speculated that about Adios for a while. Lloyd, damn, looks like this is one berry I'm not getting over. Cue the sad music. We all know JRPGs love to have gods as final villains, so I see it being Adios. Well, it could be Adios, but it could also be, is there like a sort of, is there like an equivalent of Satan in Trails? Like, oh, if it spoils any of the games past Cold Steel 4, don't, if it spoils anything, don't tell me. But like, I know that like in the, like the Septon Church's like scriptures or whatever, there's 77 devils, but is there like a sort of leader of all the devils? Like, is there an equivalent of Satan mentioned in any of the Septon Church lore of Trails, or is that to be determined? Because if so, I guess that could maybe also be the final boss. or something related to that. I hope it isn't Adios. I like the fact that while the church has been sus, they haven't actually been evil yet. Well, the alternative is Adios might not be real, and then the church was built off of lies. But I won't go down that rabbit hole any further. I mean, the most common thing I've seen speculated on Adios is that character who's the cover of one of the games. Okay, I think I know who you're talking about, so I won't say anything. A change of pace from most games. No spoilers, but Trails is pretty Gnostic, so Gnostic Satan would be Yaldabaoth or Demiurge. Well, before I say anything else, Bradley, are you playing in release order? Have you played Trails to Azure? I kind of just gave something away just by mentioning that, but yeah, if you can answer that real quick before I say anything else. Weissman and Guntar, how do you pronounce this dude's last name? But whatever, are currently fighting for that right in Gehenna as we speak. I do think gods being villains is specifically a JRPG thing. It's more a thing of necessity, like if you've been fighting super powerful monsters working your way up through the game, anything less than a god at the end is going to be disappointing. God is a loose term you can make as powerful as you want. Your release, okay, you have played Azure. Didn't we technically already fight Demiurge? Wasn't the Azure what's it called? Demiurgus? Isn't that Demiurge, or am I tripping? I could be wrong. I don't know if he played in release order, if he did like Cold Steel 1 and 2 and then did Crossbow. That's why I asked. Okay. Alright, caught up with chat. Sorry to keep y'all waiting.
Let us settle this.
Back to Roland. Kia is Satan. Don't let Lloyd hear you say that. Well, I guess, well... depending on how you want to look at it, I mean... depending on how you want to look at it.
I'll hold nothing back. How did it come to this?
I didn't know people play Cold Steel 1 and 2 first. Yeah, before Crossbell got localized, because it took them a long time. Crossbell got localized in like 2021, 2022. For a long time you had to use a fan patch to play Zero in Azure. So what a lot of people would do, they just go right to Cold Steel 1 and 2 after Sky, and if they really liked it enough, then they'd well, some people just went 1, 2, 3, 4, but some people, if they liked it enough, they're like, alright, I did Cold Steel 1 and 2, okay, now I'll go do Zero in Azure with a fan patch on my, laptop or something. Crossbow, yeah, Lettuce said Crossbow was unlocalized for a long time. And many people look at the chibis and go, ew. I don't understand that, though. Like, okay, you can it looks dated, but there's, like, a charm to it, too. Even past, like, seeing... Even past seeing, the series evolve both visually and in terms of gameplay, there's also... There's just a charm to the chibi games, man. Like, how do you not like the chibi games? Like, at first, I kind of looked at the screenshots when I first was getting this guy FC, and I was like, okay, yeah, it looks a little dated. But, like, I gave the game a try, gave it a few hours, like, I was already in love. Like, I mean, I don't know, maybe I'm just built different. Oh, okay, and once again, that hits a grand total of absolutely no one. They are cackling right now. Yeah, that is a shame. I guess that's a good thing with the, although it shouldn't be a quote-unquote good thing in my opinion, but with the remakes, now that we're getting Sky remade, you know, there isn't, I don't want to, I'm gonna sound kind of mean saying this, but like, there isn't really like,
Nothing to worry about.
Oh, my turn?
there isn't really much of an excuse anymore not to start from the top, unless you just really want to start at another arc, but I wouldn't recommend it. But like, you know, yeah, because a lot of people's criticisms with Sky was, oh, it moves too slow, it's too dated, I don't like the chibis or whatever. Well, now we have a remake of Sky, you know, Sky First is literally the
I will face you.
perfect entry point now.
Let's get into it. Huh. You just made a
If you don't want to play Sky FC, which boggles my mind, but you know, all right, you know, sure. So yeah, Sky the First does have that going for it as well, definitely. Do I just have Annalise equipped on everyone? Holy beast. I try to hit guys, and I always keep hitting Dogi. And at this point, I forgot who's who. Uh-oh. I survived? You're screwed, buddy. Oh no. Damn, Dogi, I thought we was buddies. Watch your asshole. I wish I had known about that charged attack thing sooner. Fuck you mean I could have charged my attacks? Oh, but I'm already dead. Alright, let me read chat. Fate Stay Night is another late localization story. I have that on Steam. It's on my backlog. I just don't ever know when I'm gonna get time to read it. I feel like I say that a lot for a lot of games. Yeah, the 3D models plus full English voices were a huge draw for a lot of people. Yeah, I saw like a lot of people, you know, even some who said like, oh, Sky looks a bit dated. Yeah, they saw Sky the First and they're like, alright, it's time. Let me see what this Trails thing is all about. Saw a lot of people doing that, you know. And I hope they enjoyed it, you know, definitely. But I'm just saying, like, the Sky the First definitely, I think, hit in a way that a lot of Trails games don't, because most Trails games are usually sequels to another game you have to play.
I'll keep you entertained.
Uh-oh, is this a Bright family argument? Oh, wait a second. I know the perfect spot. We having a Bright family argument.
Welcome to my tea party.
I'll go first.
Been looking for a chance to show off.
Ready? Fight!
Ren's sitting there like, should I just let Estelle and Joshua just kill each other? Damn. Oh no. Alright, you know what? And I missed. Poor Joshua. Just you and me. Let's go. Oh, it's close. No, it's not that close, actually. You got more HP than I do.
Stop.
You lose.
Oh, GG. Not gonna lie, best girl in Cold Steel 1 has to be Toa for me. Contender for best girl in the series, to be honest. Yeah, a lot of people like Toa. You are one of many. I like her too, she's just not like my favorite of the Cold Steel waifus. But I do like her.
Can I really do this?
You know what? Ranged characters, let's go.
I will lend you my strength.
So what about Mother 3? I've actually never played any of the Earthbound games before. I've seen a lot of people go from Sky Remake to Cold Steel because they
I shall put this issue
won't
to rest.
around for the OGs.
Let's have some fun, shall we? Ready?
We're just all ranged attackers. This is gonna be so chaotic. Oh yeah, just freaking. Wow. I like how that Charizard animation has jiggle physics. Stay based, Falcon. Petrify and heavy. Jesus. Oh. I'll take lava over the airstrike, thank you. That fucking minigun, man. You know, with all of these attacks that, like, push people away, I can imagine... What's her name? Mishara or whatever? I ain't played E7, but, she probably does really well in, like, you know, like, fights that have more than 2 people. Oh, I haven't used this yet. There we go.
By the Wind Dragon's grace, the winds show me the way.
Alright, shut up, you Rule 63 guys. Rules Mask 3. I think those give you extra XP. I don't get it myself, but that's just how people feel. Yeah, I get that, yeah. I've seen a lot of people go from Sky Remake to Cold Steel because they weren't around to play the OGs. They weren't, okay. I adore the chibi art style. It made both Trails and East stand out visually. I doubt Falcom will go back to chibi again. But I would love to see maybe an indie RPG attempt to replace the art style. So there will always be weird play orders. Wait. I lost my place in the chat. What the hell? Okay, hold on. 1 second. Okay. Before I read anything else, might want to catch up on chat. Between games, you have an offer for a 4th player. Okay, I'll reopen the lobby in a second. Actually, no. Let me open the lobby while... Alright. And you know what? I'll just catch up on chat while y'all are gathering in the lobby. So, okay. I saw the thing. Okay, a 4th person wants to come in. Do. Toa is definitely best girl in Erebonia, at least. I think there was a problem with the way people encourage players to start Sky. Toa is great, but she has to compete with Fee, and that's a tall order. Yeah, that's the thing, like... The quote-unquote lower-end girls in Cold Steel, they're just... There's not a bad girl in the Trails series, it's just that there's just probably a lot that are better than them, but yeah. She has to compete with Fee, and that's a tall... Everyone has to compete with Fee. How do you compete with Fee? Risha can barely compete with Fee. Anyway, you didn't hear that from me. A popular YouTuber named David Vink, who I sometimes watch, actually says it's fine to skip the early games and get to where the plot gets beefier, which I heavily disagree with. Yeah, I saw that, or I heard of it, I caught wind of it. Pretty much everyone was kind of like, what do you mean? That's not true at all. But yeah, I do watch David, sometimes. If, like, you know, if I'm looking up, like, a review of the game and he happens to have done it, yeah. I know of him. But yeah, that was an L take on his part. They made it sound like as you have to play Sky as homework for Cold Steel. Yeah, there's no such thing as homework in the Trails game. In the Trails series, sorry. Every Trails game is its own reward, in my opinion. Just chill out and enjoy the ride. You get what I mean? There's no such thing as homework in Trails.
I can work with this.
Unless you're fishing. Right. Anyway. I just found out this... Yeah, this does have crossplay. That's why I'm kind of shocked the player count is so low. Well, at least for Steam. I don't know how it is for consoles, but yeah. Welcome to the stream, Elrond.
I'm Adol Christie.
Made it seem like Sky was something to suffer through to get to the good stuff. Instead, oh wait. Level 99. Okay. Made it, yes, Sky was something to suffer through, when in reality, yeah, Sky is really good.
Guess I'll go first. Ready?
Alright, I'll read the rest after this match. Wow. Ooh, that's not good. Oh, well played. I can aim that though. Oh, I'm cooked. How did I win that? Damn. That was a good one.
I wonder if they raise Picards in this land.
Probably my second favorite Narabonia. Was that a pun Nox Zone? What is he? Oh my goodness! I would say Fee's kinda short too, but
Just leave it to me.
Fee is probably, as of Cold Steel 3, she's probably taller than Toa. Definitely by Daybreak, but as of Cold Steel 3, I would say she's probably taller than Toa. Oh my goodness. I think people don't want to have to sit through Sky because it was an old game on the PSP. But you don't sit through it, it's still a game that you can enjoy, but yeah, I get what you mean, yeah. I just think Toa's slightly better for some reason. Only until 2013 when it reached with Turbo. Okay, yeah, in the 4th slot. Cassius needs to show up and spank all... Oh, during the Estelle, Joshua, and Ren. Imagine if Cassius was in this game. But he probably wasn't a major enough character. But they could have... I don't know if he's in here as a support character. It helps that Sky Remake has incredible gameplay. We're seeing what a typical day at the Bright household looks like. This trio includes 2 Enforcers. I hope they remake Sky the Third, but I can see if they censor the fuck out of Stardor 15. Yeah, they're kind of in a rock and a hard place with Stardor 15. Their best bet would be to play it safe and to use the still images like they did in the original. But yeah, good luck. If they have to bump up the game's rating just because of it, I wouldn't be opposed to it at all, because most Trails fans are adults anyway, if not all of them, so it's like, whatever. Imagine a prequel game where Joshua is still an enforcer and you fight him as a recurring villain like you do with Blue Blonde. What would the prequel be about? Would it be about, like... I don't even know who it would be about. Maybe Cassius? I'm thinking a game about Cassius or a game about Guy. Guy Bannings would make a good prequel game. I'm Enforcer 13, Joshua the Black Fang. After completing the Sky remakes, you'll get a secret boss fight playing as Cassius against a young Joshua. I thought the secret boss of the Sky remake would be you fighting young Reen, because Reen has to be in everything, don't you know? Is there art of every member of Ouroboros, Grandmaster, Anguis, Enforcers, and Extras like the Star Ritter? Maybe they'll wait until they show all of them. Well, and that's the thing too, aren't there like a bunch of Enforcers and Anguises that we don't know about? I don't know who gets revealed past Cold Steel 4, but yeah, on the whole, how many more Trails games are they going to make? Well, there's still Dominions we don't know about, there's still Enforcers and Anguises and Ouroboros people we don't know about, like, they still got work to do. Ren fighting Extel just like the old days of Sky 8 SC. Toa's VA in both English and Japanese does a lot for me. I've actually never heard Toa in Japanese before. One of these days I should replay... If I ever replay the games, I should replay them in Japanese. Considering I switched to English with Cold Steel. Fee might be my top 3 waifu in the series, but I prefer Ellie and Toa a little more. Okay. Okay, and then letting in the 4th person. Hard art of making a voice high-pitched and cute, but not squeaky and annoying. Did I... Oh, I lost my place again, damn it. Okay. All the girls in Cold Steel are great. I love Toa, but I think Sarah is just nearly takes the crown for me personally. She was just too funny. Yeah, Sarah is pretty funny. I beat Earthbound, and Mother 3 just gotta beat Earthbound Beginnings. People say the series got more gooner when Risha Cold Steel arrived, but Shara is the OG Jiggle character. I like how the remakes have only made it more obvious because now she's been rendered in glorious 3D. It's a Famicom game, so it has aged. Currently, I started with Zwei the Argus Adventure. Agreed, but I think the series really started focusing more on fan service as it went on, which isn't a bad thing, I just noticed it. Yeah, I'm not gonna, it's intellectually dishonest to say that from, like, maybe, Crossspell and then, of course, into Cold Steel, they didn't lean heavier into it. I just don't think it, it was already a really super anime-esque game series as is, so I just don't think it kills the vibe as much as some people say it does. One of the least talked about modern Falcom games. Melee versus ranged is a mess in this game. I started up for the first time earlier and fuck. I think they should have given the melee characters more ranged attacks and the ranged characters a couple melee attacks, just to even things out a bit. But yeah, it is a bit wonky. To be fair, one of Falcom's first games was Private Stripper, an erotic puzzle game. Oh yeah, they know what's up. They're just returning to their roots. Yeah, no problem. There's nothing tall about Fee or Toa. There is something kinda tall about Fee, you just gotta wait a few games. Although she's not like super tall, she's just taller than Toa. Joshi Dicey Private or Private Stripper was Falcom's 1983 tile sliding puzzle game. Interesting. Tilrid knows all the obscure Falcom lore, I've noticed. That was the pun I thought Noxzone was making. It was, although Fee sprouts like a goddamn bean later on. Speaking of Fee, whenever you do the review, remember the best girl award. I'll try and remember this time, okay? I might even do a whole montage because I've forgotten Cold Steel 1 and 2. David Vink is a cool guy, but he can be a bit clueless. Yeah, he can be. I don't know if he does it on purpose, like just to troll, like just to be funny, or if he like just genuinely just, you know, I don't know. The jury's still out on that one. He complained about one game having impossibly hard and fast fishing while having turbo. Oh, well, that's a way to do it. Anyone else read Malazan? I've heard of it, I haven't read it. Double S-crafted. Bros. I finished Garden of the Moon a few weeks ago. I should really try to get into Deadhouse Gates. Oh, hey, Revgong, how you doing? Or Revagong, okay. I missed the A. Yeah, that was the closest one yet. I had sweaty palms there. One thing I don't think many people appreciate is the insane amount of dialogue in East 2's latest version. I will say Calvard has stacked waifus. Fee has got some competition there. Quite literally stacked in Calvard. Yeah. Like, every NPC has like 15 different dialogue lines with affection levels, post-burn dialogue. Every sprite has a dialogue since you can talk with every demon as a root. Yeah. East 2 was, yeah, crazy for that. The demons even have names that change when you kill them. If they were to censor Star Wars 15, they'd probably have to censor Moondoor 2. What was in Moondoor 2 that they'd have to censor? I forgot. That sit-through mindset seems to follow most games with continuous stories. It follows games. I think it just follows media in general. Because I think some people, I think it goes back to some people, they kind of value sort of joining the community and talking about something more than actually doing the thing. Because some people end up viewing, like, consuming the whole kind of content in general as homework. You know. That's a rabbit hole that, like, I'd be here all night if I was to talk about that, but yeah. So that's kind of... I think that feeling, or people viewing Sky that way, is just kind of a byproduct of that. Ouroboros is literally a cooler Organization 13 and Akatsuki. There, I said it. No, I said the exact same thing when I first played Sky. I was like, these guys are basically just Organization 13 or the Akatsuki, but yeah, just... they're cooler. I wonder what new doors they could add to account for current continuity. Don't give them any ideas, they'll add a Reen door. They'll add a door with Reen in it. Without spoiling much, they do sort of replay... Although, I guess maybe they could try, with the whole 8 Leaves thing, they could try and tie it to Annalise somehow. I don't know if Annalise and Reen, like, know each other, but, you know... Without spoiling much, they do sort of replay the events of Star Wars 15 in a later game. But in a really toned-down way, I imagine a potential remake would just use something like that. We do see a few new ones for Calvard games. There's a guy you'll meet in Cold Steel 4 who seems insignificant, but people have speculated him being an enforcer. I couldn't play Trails without Turbo Mode, honestly, I don't know why. I just think it would take 15 to 20 more hours of just combat if you didn't have it. I'll do it if I've, like, seen the same animation play out several times and, like, you know... Yeah, I usually use it for combat. Anyone here like visual novels? I've been meaning to get into them. I was telling the chat earlier, Rev, I have Fate Stay Night, but I haven't gotten around to reading it. I love visual novels, big fan of them even. Here's my hang-up with visual novels. I just can't get it out of my head that, like... I mean, the closest thing I've I've done to experiencing a visual novel would be like the Senran Kagura visual novel cutscenes. Like, I just can't get it out of my head that like a visual novel is just gonna be like one really, really, really long cutscene, and that's what it's like. That's the thing that keeps having me just go like, you know. But I have a lot of. I'm gonna at least start with Fate because I have a lot of friends who really, really, really like Fate. So if I ever get some time, you know, I'll definitely check out Fate Stay Night. Okay, and y'all talking visual novels. Noxzone, I like a couple visual novels, but I haven't experienced that many of them. Stuff like, oh boy, Utawaremono. Okay, I think I got that right. Utawaremono is peak fiction. Moondoor 2 has Shera's backstory. Utawaremono is so good. Visual novels aren't my thing, not gonna lie. That's fair. It shows her as a kid beaten and bloody on... Oh! I remember that now. Yeah, okay. Now that you mentioned it. Everyone forgets how messed up Shera's backstory. Yeah, and then her older sister ended up being a frickin' yandere, essentially. Yeah, Shera's had it rough. Katawa Shoujo, Fruit of Grecia, Little Busters, Clanard, Love Ribbon, and a bunch of others. Utawaremono is the VN for Trails players. Yeah, I've noticed there's kind of a pipeline where a lot of Trails people, they move to Utawaremono once they're done playing Trails or when they're taking a break or whatever. Ouroboros is cooler, Organization 13, but the Dominions are cooler, Ouroboros. Forget simping for waifus, I simp for Stigma. I guess you could see it as, like... if you were to compare it to maybe Digimon or something, like, the Seption Church, or the Dominion specifically would be the Royal Knights, and I guess... I don't know. I would say Ouroboros is the 7 Demon Lords, but... I don't know. Their organization is a bit big for that. Maybe the Anguisses themselves could be the 7 Demon Lords, but... I don't know. Unless, of course, sometime later in the series they do something with, like, you know, they do something more with, like, you know, Gehenna. But yeah. I am number 7 of the Akatsuki. I mean, Organization 13. I mean the Enforcers. Oh, you love Ribbon, Elrond, Based. A patrician visual novel for true connoisseurs. I played some of Fate, and it's good, just not my favorite. By the way, sorry I missed the questions in terms of visual novels. I'm doing Higurushi. Try Rants. Kinda my backlog. Isn't Rant X the highest rated VN on the database? The most cultured porn? Rants X coming soon to Steam. Rants looks just like Unhinged at all. Okay, and on that note, I am caught up with chat, just as y'all started talking about Rants. Sorry to keep y'all waiting. Agate Tita, goddamn. I haven't used Joshua yet.
I'll break through any obstacle in my path.
Nah, that's Lloyd's job.
Guess I'll go first.
What should I do? Fine. Bring it on.
Pick the wrong fight. Ready? Fight!
Wow. Once again. Oh. I'm cooked, methinks. I swear that Phantom Raid is so easy to dodge.
That wasn't supposed to.
I think I understand now. It's funny how when an Anguist dies, they replace them, but when an Enforcer dies, they add a new number. Yeah, interesting. Maybe they have to have 7 for some reason. Who's everyone's worst girl in the series? Mine is probably Josette. Really? Well, there probably isn't a single female character in the Trail series that I hate so far. I mean, Josette's kind of useless as a playable character, but I mean, as an actual character, I mean, she's not my favorite, but she's not bad. I don't know. Oh, yeah, thanks for stopping by, Rev. Have a happy new year. My worst girl is Erica. If we're just talking worst playable, then Angelica, but if NPCs are included, it's Irina. I am curious as to what the fuck Irina does to make y'all... I mean, Irina is kind of a... I have... What did Irina do to... I mean, all she did was be really, really busy and, you know... Well... Maybe that in and of itself is kind of it. All she was doing was being very busy and focusing on work and letting Sharon raise Elisa, but I mean, you know... Is that the worst thing a Trails character has done? Angelica's okay, but she's a little frickin' strange. Angelica's not my favorite character. I do think she's overhated a bit, though. I think people... I feel like people exaggerate when they talk about how bad she is.
On my honor as a Gracer, I will win.
I'll show you the strength of a bracer.
Oh no, not this place. Hell no. I'm breaking my rule and pressing random twice. She do be horny. I don't have a burning hatred for Angelica that a lot of people do, but there aren't that many bad playable characters. Someone has to be at the bottom. Look at this Agate Tita violence on screen.
What?
The Great Elk has arrived!
All right, let's get into
Guess
it.
I'll go first.
Ready?
Fight!
Oh no. Got y'all. Well, I got one of y'all. Well,
You lose.
I don't like Josette very much, but I won't say... Oh, I don't want to spoil. Okay. Grace might be the worst for me. Never trust a journalist. I don't dislike Grace. She's not the worst girl. I will say she's probably the worst journalist, though. And not because she's a bad character, but I just think she gets mogged by Dorothy and, Dorothy, Neil from Skyle. Did I just say Skyle? From Sky, and then Vivi in Cold Steel. She just gets mogged by them.
I'll try my best.
Well, I could say one, but one, it would be a volcanic tick that would get me killed, and two, it's spoilers for Reverie. Alright, that's fine. You can tell me in the Reverie review when I get to that point then. It's just the way Elisa keeps claiming Irene is actually a good mom, but every time she's on screen she is a bitch, I will give you that. Elisa, mom is good, I promise. Irina, you are the most miserable excuse of a child ever.
You just made a
Let us
bad
discuss
choice.
beauty in all its
Let's
forms.
see just how strong you are.
Y'all really about to do this in the middle of an airstrike. How does Geist have so much HP left? Oh well.
You lose.
They hate him because of his weapon, but I should probably stop talking now. The most glazed character. I'll avoid saying anything anymore. Yeah, that was a good round. Bro, who are y'all talking about? Joshua Finisher. I've never really found myself hating any character in it. That's what I'm saying. I like some characters more than others, but I don't really know if I, like, hate a character. Or I've never met one that I've really hate yet. Yeah, journalist characters and Trails are pretty great. Yeah, Trails journalists are good. Another character I hate is Wald. Guys, is terrible. Wald is... I'm indifferent towards Wald. I don't know. If you're talking about, yeah, what he did in Azure, I mean, yeah, he's kind of just... The way he's kind of just there. Not going to get into it in case anyone who hasn't played Zero or Azure for whatever reason, but yeah, I can't stand him. It's less so... I guess he's just very much of a... He was kind of... I guess he was kind of a one-note type of character, which is actually somewhat in line with his personality, I guess. Poor Tita getting destroyed. I'm gonna say it, I don't like Wazzy. Damn, why not? I mean, I think he's alright. I mean, not gonna lie, the guy's vacuum effect makes him kind of busted. Yeah, I noticed. The main character of Gurumin, Perrin, looks kind of like Tita. As far as I know, Gurumin is the only Falcom game written exclusively by Kondo. Huh. I mean, compared to other games, there's few characters I hate. That's fair.
Let us settle this.
Yeah, we haven't been here before. Have we? Maybe we have. I don't remember.
I will face you. I'll be your opponent.
You are.
Been looking for a chance to show off.
Ready?
Oh well. Uh-oh. It's GG's.
Stronger.
You lose!
I'll break through any obstacle in my path.
Compared to other games, there's few characters I hate. Surprised it's not full of lies. Wazzy starts off... Oh, because it was written by Kondo. Wazzy starts off intriguing, but gradually falls off, especially in Reverie. He's a cool guy, don't get me wrong. I don't hate Wazzy, but he's just kind of annoying. But gotta keep up the meme. Wazzy's only crime is having to play second fiddle to Randy. He'd be my favorite in Crossbow. Otherwise, like I said, I'm a stigma simp. Alright. Careful with the spoiler. Well, although... yeah, careful with the spoilers. Although I guess, for now, I think everyone in here has played Crossbow. But, yeah. Yeah, I think the issue with Wazzy is... And it's not really a Wazzy exclusive thing. It's a lot of other characters. Once the bonding gets introduced, a lot of important stuff about them kind of gets put in the bonding event. So if you don't do it, you're kind of, you know, you're shit out of luck. Crossbell's cast is just so full of good characters, indeed. Tio, Randy, Lloyd, and the fourth member, Zayt. Bro didn't even say Noel. I keep thinking of making a favorite, least favorite character per arc, but it's really hard to think of someone I dislike from Crossbell or Calvard. I don't know if this is a crazy hot take, but one Crossbow character I couldn't care for was Grimwood. Yeah, Grimwood also kind of feels like he's just there. Yeah. He's not... I was trying to avoid saying that, damn it. I'm ready for Horizon. Yeah, have fun, because it comes out in a few weeks. I mean, he doesn't even fight us. Glad you're excited, Elron. I used the... Yeah, at least y'all will be finally caught up with the Japanese once Horizon comes out. I used the Trails Character Sorter a few months back to rank my characters. Kinda surprised by some of my results, like Duvalie ending up a top 10 character. Deserved. Duvalie kinda sneaks up on you. You don't realize how much you're gonna like Duvalie when you first meet her, but then, yeah, she kinda grows on you. Like, he's responsible for what happened to Guy, and as a villain, he's kinda just gets tossed aside. Okay, for future reference, anyone who isn't caught up with, I guess who isn't at least past Crossbill, do not read the live chat if you're watching a VOD. My top 5 characters would be Olivier, Sarah, our Horizon character, Ren, and Estelle. My top 10 ended up being Fee, Tio, Reen, Randy, Eustace, Altina, Sarah, Dubes, Lloyd, Estelle. I will say, looking at my top characters, I noticed it's very female heavy. Same. I think there's some bias there. It's okay. I know a guy and he's gay, and when he did his character ranking, a lot of underappreciated male characters definitely floated towards the top, so it's all good. I don't think I've used Elk yet. Not since yesterday. Okay, yeah, I need to know, where can the spoilers start? Are we good up to Crossbell? Yeah, I guess, yeah, like I said, okay, yeah, for anyone watching the VOD, if for whatever reason, yeah, if you're watching this and you haven't played Crossbell, don't open the live chat. But if you're well, it doesn't matter, I guess, because I read comments anyway. But yes, everyone in here has at least played Crossbell, it seems. I think Falco's male characters tend to be either horny or a bit vanilla. Reading chat while I'm playing. Wait, what? Shouldn't y'all two have... Oh, y'all were probably on a team, that's why. Y'all were probably on a team, that's why. I think Falcom Smith. Oh, Horny or Vanilla. The guys are cool, but the women really steal the show in all sorts of ways. No, the funniest thing ever, and I'm not going to elaborate on this because I'm going to discuss it in some way, shape, or form later, but in Cold Steel,
I can work with this.
at least amongst old Class 7, well, you could even extend it to new Class 7 if you wanted to, but especially with old Class 7,
Can I really do this?
you notice how, besides Reen, all of the other, like, most useful characters in battle are female. It's all good. My top 10 is Randy 10 times. That's a very wide brushstroke. I love plenty of men in the series too, it's just that I generally find the girls more entertaining. I didn't realize you were on team earlier. It's alright. We were on a team. I just thought I got a 3 for the price of 1 and was hyping myself up. Okay, that's fair for spoilers. I know everyone's different, but it's hard not having a set threshold. Teaming up. We could do a team battle if y'all wanted to after this. If y'all wanted to switch the colors.
Welcome to my secret tea party.
We haven't been here in a while.
Have a death wish. I'll be your opponent. I'll try.
You wanna fight me? Ready? Fight!
Oh, I got my thing full. What am I doing? Oh, I'm blind. Oh, I rolled face first into that. I thought he was aiming the other way. Oh. He might be cooked. Nope. Still in it. Yeah, I was kind of rooting for Aisha there. Oh yeah, we in LH Collider's community made a Cold Steel 1 chess message mod if you ever wanted to replay it. Oh, okay, yeah. Just let me know if I ever tell you that I'm replaying the game. We're testing the Cold Steel 2 mod now. Wish chess messages will come back in the remakes. With hope, no Trails game will ever go messageless. Speaking of Crossbell, I really like the part where my game crashed immediately after the final boss had hatched and I had to do it all over again. Oof! It took me like an hour to beat that thing. Let's see. I feel like I can do something funny here. I feel like I can do something funny here.
Fine. I'll take care of it.
And the funny thing is, I'm in GeoFriend's Discord, and it turns out that it's easy to exploit the code to put chess messages in East 5 PS2.
I'll be winning this one. Ready? Fight!
Joshua, okay. Who'd I hit? I guess I got both of them. That still hit me, damn it. Oh my goodness. Oh, he missed. Oh, but Tita still got me. If nobody's got me, I know Tita sniping me from the other end of the screen got me. For a completely different reason to Trails, so he's doing a mod for his localization of that game. The chess message mod is on Steam Guides. Yeah, we did get wrecked, Elrond. I played Cold Steel 4 on release, got to just before the final dungeon and my save file corrupted. I downloaded a complete one and just turned all the New Game Plus bullshit on to speed my way back through the game. Damn, I'm sorry to hear. I think I was doing good with Ren. I think I'll keep her.
Those walls won't stand a chance.
Welcome to my secret tea party. Just leave it to me. Wanna play with me?
Don't be surprised when you meet my
I'll be your
fists.
opponent.
The hunt begins.
Ready? Fight!
Oh, God. Sorry, Elrond, you're on your own. Oh, you died too.
You lose!
Never mind. Worst part is the same thing happened when I played Daybreak 1 too. That annoying guy. Or that's annoying, yeah. Good old Nisa quality. The port is by... I was about to say, I don't know if Nisa's directly... I mean, they might be, but I don't know. The port is by PH3. I'm surprised they'd screw up like that. Although I guess Nisa would have a role in the code. Yeah, because they'd still have to modify the code to, you know, translate the lines. Ren versus Dogi is the ultimate David and Goliath. We're the best simple as. We can swap team order for balance if it helps. It's fine. This is going to be the last match because I have to, I do have to go and take care of some other things after this. So...
Whatever it is, I'll take care of it.
yeah, give me 1 second. But yeah, this will be the last match. After that, I'll have to call it. Yeah, no problem. 2 Geises, man.
Let us settle this.
Yeah, no problem. It was a fun time, yeah. Connecting. Oh, no. Oh, they kicked us out. Oh, okay, there. Alright. I got scared for a second there.
I shall put this issue to rest.
You just made
There's
a
no
bad
way I'm backing
choice.
down. Ready?
Although, maybe making myself green wasn't the smartest idea. And I have a Geist, and Mishera has a Geist. God damn, I'm getting juggled. Holy shit. No, chill the fuck out. Oh my god. They basically comboed me. I ain't... One last Analase for good luck. Missed me with that shit. I was hoping one of those would have a potion. Oh, Elrond's dead. Now I'm dead. I'll actually be able to stay to the end of the stream, yeah, because luckily for you, Tiller, and I have work tomorrow. Nisa heard me talking shit. The perfect way to end things. Have you heard of the new Kisekidal game? Yeah, I've heard of it. I haven't actually done any rounds on it, but I do know of it, yes. This is Refint, not Nisa, so we're fine. This is basically Wordle for Trails. Yeah, we got juggled. Every day has a new trivia question for character, quote, music, and location. Interesting. GG's and thank you for all the matches. Enjoyed this one. And a lifetime chance to play some matches and hit peak number of players in this game had ever seen on the charts. Seriously. But yeah, like I said, I do have to end it a bit early because, you know, I got other stuff to do. I can't afford to do another 4-hour stream like I did last night, but yeah. Thanks to everyone who showed up for showing up, whether you showed up yesterday or you showed up today, or both. Yeah, GG. Yeah, thanks Elron, Caleb, and I think Ethermelt, you were the other guy. Yeah, for doing the matches and stuff. It was really fun. Yeah, take care. Look forward to some funny moments coming out in the coming days. I'm editing the video for that. And stuff. And I'm still working on Trails of Cold Steel 3 in a nutshell and the Cold Steel 3 review. It's just taking a while, okay? But, when am I going live again? I am not sure. Yeah, thanks for showing up, Jack, as well. I don't know what I can't tell you an exact date. The thing is, I will most likely try to stream... Well, no. Alright, the best I can tell you is probably sometime in the spring, and the reason I say that is because I want to do Final Fantasy XIV again and start that up, but I want to get the Cold Steel 3 content pushed out and be kind of done with Cold Steel 3 before I take up anything else. So that might take me a bit. And then I'm moving, not like moving states, but like I'm moving, like just going from one apartment into the other because my lease ends in the next few months. So I'm going to be busy doing that too. So I say that to say I don't want to start it. I don't want to like start, like, for example, Final Fantasy XIV and then have to abruptly stop it because of that. So what I might do is I'm probably going to go live again sometime in the spring. I can't tell you like exactly when, but probably sometime in the spring. Likely, you know, later spring. Possibly April or maybe May at the absolute worst. But I'll try and shoot for April. Yeah, thanks Tilren, thanks to everyone who came out. Have a good rest of the week, and I will see you on the next upload. I hear Shadowbringers is peak, yeah. I hear it's the fan favorite expansion, so I'm excited for it.